وأن ليس للإنسان إلا ما سعى وأن سعيه سوف يرى.
Have you ever taken a photo with your phone or camera?
Try not to smile in this next photo. On 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now you smile.
Who is someone you admire for their knowledge or good actions? Stop the video now and take a moment to think. When you're ready, continue watching.
I admire Prophet Muhammad because he was wise, honest, and kind. He loved everyone, including the poor and the animals. He loved kids, and he taught them about Islam.
So, here's something to think about. Who invented the camera?
The modern camera was developed over time by many inventors, but the principles of how a camera works were first explained by Ibn Al-Haytham, a Muslim scientist, through his work on the Camera Obscura.
الحسن ibn الهيثم. Muslim or non-Muslim?
Non-Muslim.
He is a Muslim?
Yes, Ibn Al-Haytham was a Muslim scientist who lived during the Islamic Golden Age. He is considered the first to describe how light and vision work, laying the foundation for the invention of the camera.
Early Muslim scholars and inventors were at the forefront of knowledge, excelling in diverse fields such as medicine, astronomy, mathematics, and engineering, leaving a legacy that shaped the world.
One of the most remarkable figures of this golden age was Ibn al-Haytham, a visionary scientist known as the father of optics. His groundbreaking work laid the foundation for modern physics, vision science, and the scientific method itself. As a young boy, Ibn al-Haytham was full of curiosity. He had a deep love for reading and discovering how things worked. His passion for knowledge grew with him, and that same curiosity led him to become one of the greatest inventors in history, developed theories of vision and light, authored the Book of Optics, Kitab al-Manazir, explained how vision occurs in the brain through light entering the eye.
The story began with a question: how do we see?
During this time, he started thinking deeply about light and vision. While in the dark room, he noticed how light entered through small holes and created images on the opposite wall. This was the beginning of his famous experiments with the Camera Obscura, dark room, which helped him understand how light travels in straight lines and how we see things. Ibn al-Haytham was a pioneering scientist in the field of optics. His discoveries laid the foundation for the invention of the modern camera. Here are the key contributions he made. Number 1, Camera Obscura, darkroom. Ibn al-Haytham was the first to give a correct explanation of how the Camera Obscura works. He observed that when light passes through a small hole into a dark room, it projects an inverted image of the outside scene on the opposite wall. This principle is the basic idea behind how a camera captures images. Number 2, light travels in straight lines. He proved that light travels in straight lines by conducting experiments with light passing through holes and narrow slits. This idea was important for understanding how lenses and light direction affect image formation. Number 3, vision theory. Ibn al-Haytham rejected the ancient Greek belief that the eye emits light. He correctly explained that we see, because light reflects off objects and enters our eyes. This new understanding helped in the development of optical devices like lenses and cameras. Number 4, experimental method. He used experiments and observation to prove his ideas, a major step forward in scientific thinking. His method of testing hypotheses with experiments is part of what we now call the scientific method.
Have you ever snuck a peek at your reflection in a spoon or the mirrored surface of a tall building? How would you describe the characteristics of the images you see? Ibn al-Haytham made major contributions to our understanding of how light reflects off surfaces, especially mirrors. His studies were groundbreaking and still influence optics today. Law of reflection. The angle of incidence equals the angle of reflection. This means that when light hits a smooth surface, like a mirror, it bounces back at the same angle. He used this idea to describe how we see images in mirrors. Ibn al-Haytham wrote all these discoveries in his famous book, Kitab al-Manazir, the Book of Optics. This book influenced many later scientists in Europe and led to the development of the first real cameras in the 19th century.
القمرة.
That when light goes through a small opening, it can form clear images. This idea became the basis for the Camera Obscura, which means dark room in Latin.
Achievements of Ibn al-Haytham in various fields. Optics and vision science, scientific method, mathematics, astronomy, physics and mechanics, philosophy and psychology, engineering and inventions, medicine and biology.
Thank you, Ibn al-Haytham. We can capture light, freeze time, and see the world differently.
What we learn from Ibn al-Haytham and how we can follow his example today.
Love for learning. Ibn al-Haytham was always curious. He asked big questions about light, vision, and the world around him. We can follow him by always asking why and trying to learn something new every day. Think and test. He didn't just believe what others said, he did experiments to find the truth. We can be like him by testing ideas, doing small experiments, and using our minds to discover answers. Use science to help people. He wanted to help solve real problems, like controlling the Nile flood. We can use science and knowledge to help our community, our school, or the environment. Be patient and positive. When his plan didn't work, he stayed calm and used his time to study and write. We can learn from mistakes and use our time wisely, even when things go wrong. Share knowledge. He wrote books to share what he discovered with the world. We can teach others, share what we learn, and be kind with our knowledge.
So, how can we follow Ibn al-Haytham today?
Be curious. Ask questions. Do your best in school. Help others with your ideas. Never stop dreaming.
Works of Ibn al-Haytham.
Activities,
Thanks for watching.